This is the 8-lap invitation race, a mixture of 250s and 500s. And first out of the paddock, it's Chris Horsfield, the man who has done so well in the 500cc Grandstand Trophy Series this winter. But against him, the entire BSA team, world champion Jeff Smith, his teammate Arthur Lampkin, the new boy to the BSA team, Vic Eastwood. With Chris Horsfield, Dave Nicol. Horsfield, you see just on the left of your screens now, recognize him always by the winged M on his helmet, M for the matchless machine that he rides. And watch that gate with the rope right across the course with the flags hanging on it. Jerry Scott, number 54 there. Number 19 is Ernie Greer. Number 10 is Mike Peach. Number 56, Chris Horsfield. Number 57, Derek Rickman. Number 4 is Arthur Lampkin. Then number 12 is Dave Nicol. Number 2 is Roger Snowd. And off they go for 8 laps. And it's Dave Vickers first up the hill on his 250 Greaves. Look at this. Vickers leads. John Giles and Jeff Smith right behind him. Number 9 is John Burton. Several hundred horsepower pouring through that gap there. And Vickers is leading on the 250 Greaves. Behind Vickers is John Giles, then Jeff Smith. Look at this, the 250 leading all the 500s and the other 250s as well. Dave Vickers having already today won the 250 round of the Grandstand Trophy Series and increased his lead with a total of 50 points ahead of Alan Clough, who has 41. There's John Giles, second. Jeff Smith, number 6, third on the 440 BSA Victor. John Giles on his BSA Triumph. BSA frame Triumph twin-cylinder engine. And number 10 in 4th position is Mike Peach from Eastbourne. Behind him is Jerry Scott on the BSA. Then it's Vic Eastwood. There's Giles, Smith, Peach. Dave Vickers looks like being the man of the meeting. Certainly he is so far, having won the 250 race, leading this invitation race. And there is Jerry Scott on the big BSA. Now there's Vickers. Now, how far is Vickers ahead of the second place man, who is 500cc world champion Jeff Smith, with John Giles still in 3rd position? And the answer is that Dave Vickers is leading by 4 seconds. There he is, fairly scooting away. Vickers, 2 laps completed. Smith 2nd, Giles 3rd, Jerry Scott closing up in 4th position. Vic Eastwood up into 5th place. Chris Horsfield 6th, Mike Peach 7th, and Alan Clough coming through in 8th position, with Badger Goss in 9th place on the Husqvarna behind him. Andy Lee about to be lapped by Dave Vickers. Here he is, and there is Jeff Smith in 2nd place. This is lap 3. Talking to Jeff Smith in the paddock just before this race began, and he said the course is going to be entirely different than it was before when we rode on solos today, because the sidecars have been out, and sidecars always chew the course up, so the characteristics will be quite different. Here is Smith. Vickers ahead of him in the lead. Now, where is Vickers? Already he's over the hill. And here is Smith. There is Vickers. Look at the way he's going. Andy Lee behind him has been lapped, and there goes Smith. There's Smith. John Giles on the Triumph, still in 3rd position. Here's Vickers, looking as though he can hardly believe it, but he can believe it because Dave Vickers has done this before. He's coming up to complete lap 3 now. And the next man round will be Andy Lee, but he's about to be lapped by Jeff Smith. Vickers is increasing his lead. This is an absolutely incredible performance. 7 seconds now. Dave Vickers, here he is. Now, 7 seconds. This is Andy Lee, who has been lapped, number 8, on the matchless Matisse. So there is Jeff Smith. 7 seconds behind Vickers now. Up into 3rd place has come Jerry Scott. 4th is Vic Eastwood. Here is Dave Vickers in the lead, leaping sideways through the air. Jeff Smith behind him, looking as though he's gaining a bit now. This is the half-distance lap, lap 4 in this 8-lap race. There's the Coddenham Flyer from East Anglia, Dave Vickers. Really clearly got the message today, has Dave, on his Greaves Challenger with the new front suspension that he's been testing for a lot of this winter. Because beautiful landing. Next man through will be Jeff Smith, number 6, in second position. Away goes Vickers. Now, where's Smith? There he is, going up the hill. And there he is landing. Vickers, Smith, Jerry Scott on the BSA. 3 different capacities in the first 3 places, because it's the 250 of number 11, Dave Vickers, in the lead. The 440 of number 6, Jeff Smith, in second place. The full-blooded 500 of Jerry Scott, number 54, in third position. Dave Vickers has completed 4 laps in this 8-lap race in the lead. There's Smith over the skyline, and you can see now the distance between Smith. There he goes in second place. Vickers, the leader, out of sight now. Jerry Scott, Vic Eastwood and Alan Clough are having a terrific scrap for third place. Now let's wait here and see this scrap for third place as Jeff Smith, number 6, goes through. Andy Lee, this is John Burton, who's been lapped. Then there's Andy Lee, who has also been lapped, both of them on matchless Matisses. And there's the battle for third, and look at it. Jerry Scott on the BSA. Number 3 is Vic Eastwood, who's just ahead. And number 7 is Alan Clough, and Vic Eastwood really loses it in a big way. But he's perfectly all right. John Giles, number 26, coming up and through. Brian Goss on the Husqvarna just behind him. Number 56 is Chris Horsfield. Number 53 is Derek Rickman. And number 16 going through there is Joe Johnson with the pack right behind them. Vic Eastwood getting back into the battle again. Well done, Vic. Away goes Jeff Smith, still in second place. This is lap 5. Here's Dave Vickers with those cowboy handlebars of his, and Jeff Smith gaining a little. Away goes Vickers, just holds a beautiful slide. There goes Smith. And number 17, who has been lapped, is Owen of the Cotton. As the leaders go away, and here's Vickers, lap 5. Lap 6 now. Dave Vickers and Smith gaining. Smith playing his usual waiting game. I wonder if he's left it too late. On lap 6 now. Next man through, Dave Vickers. Here he is. There's Smith behind him. Less than 2 laps to go. Actually about to start their 7th lap, which will then be the last lap but 1. So we have still got 2 laps to go. And they're just about to get onto that 7th lap. There is Jeff Smith, number 6, gaining on Vickers. Smith been watching Vickers all through this race, gaining on him in the closing stages from lap 5 onwards, and there he's right with Vickers now. Look at this. Dave Vickers, and both of them pulling up. Vickers and Smith together. Number 11, the Greaves. Number 6, the BSA. Smith. Downhill into the left-hander, up the hill, into the right-hander, downhill into the left-hander to start lap 7. And there's Vickers. And there is Smith. Vickers forcing through. Vickers going through and taking a man who faults Jeff Smith. Smith goes through. Now they're starting lap 7, the last lap but 1. And Dave Vickers knows that Jeff Smith is right behind him. The time interval, 1 second in this invitation race. And Vickers forcing on now. Vickers has increased his lead over Jeff Smith from 1 second to 1 2/5 seconds. And these two are leading the battle for third place, absolutely standing. And up into third place now, it's Alan Clough ahead of Jerry Scott in 4th position. And Brian Goss, there goes Smith, is in 5th place. This is Smith. The battle for third, just to keep you in the picture again. Alan Clough is 3rd. Jerry Scott right behind him is 4th. And Brian Goss is 5th. But look at this battle for the lead between Jeff Smith, number 6, and just ahead of him, number 11, Dave Vickers on the 250 Greaves. There they go. There's Vickers up and away. Down goes Vickers and up goes Smith. Smith lands. Vickers lands further on. This is the last lap but one. Vickers and Smith into the downhill section, and they're shortly about to start their last lap. There goes Vickers. It's Ernie Greer who's about to be lapped. That shows what a scorching pace this race is, because Ernie Greer is a real flyer. Ernie looks puzzled over his shoulder, and there's Jeff Smith right behind him. Dave Vickers into the last lap. There's the last lap flag, and the interval now is still 1 second. Round and uphill they go, over the skyline. Dave Vickers, here he is, Dave Vickers and Jeff Smith, 250 Greaves, 440 BSA. The world champion on the BSA, the ex-European champion on the Greaves. And here they come. Vickers and Smith, 11 and 6. Jeff Smith we're watching now in second place. It's still Alan Clough in third position. Brian Goss has come up into fourth place. Jerry Scott has gone down to fifth, but this is the battle for the lead. Vickers and Smith. Watch this jump now. They're going to hit it almost together. Uphill, away goes Vickers, Smith. Land, 1, 2, Vickers, Smith. Away uphill, Vickers, Smith. And the crowd, as you can see for yourselves, really waving these two on. And Dave Vickers is going to win this race, I think, because there's only about 500 yards in it now, less than that. Into the left-hander. Vickers looks round his shoulder. There's Smith behind him. Vickers hits the throttle. Smith does the same. They're coming up the last hill together. Into the right-hander together. Smith's done it. Smith's ahead. Jeff Smith's going to win this race. Smith into the downhill section. Is Vickers going to try and take him? And Vickers has rounded him. Vickers has done it. Oh, my goodness, what a fantastic race. I'm accused of getting overexcited in this scrambling sport, but no wonder. What an incredible finish. Dave Vickers hit that throttle, got into a terrific broadslide, rode round the outside of Jeff Smith, and won that race by about a wheel's width, certainly no more. A wonderful race.